The scream tore through our tiny apartment like a shard of glass ripping skin. Your family ruined everything. This is all because of them. Mia's voice cracked on the last word, raw and ragged, the way it did when she'd once cried in my arms after her father's funeral. Only now her eyes weren't wet with grief. They were wide, wild, blazing with something I'd never seen aimed at me. I stood frozen in the doorway, grocery bags dangling from numb fingers, milk leaking onto the hardwood. The fight had started over nothing, dinner plans, a forgotten text, but it had spiraled the way storms do when the air's already thick with unsaid things. I'd asked why she flinched every time my mother's name came up. That was all. One question. And the dam inside her burst. I set the bags down slowly, afraid any sudden move would make her shatter. Mia, talk to me. My voice sounded foreign thin. What did my family do? She laughed, but it was the kind that hurts the throat. You still don't see it, do you, Alex? She paced the living room, bare feet slapping the floorboards we'd sanded together the summer we moved in. Your perfect little clan. Your mom with her passive-aggressive casseroles. Your sister texting me at midnight asking if I'm still on the pill, because babies fix everything. Your dad. She stopped, pressed her knuckles to her mouth like she'd said too much. My stomach folded in on itself. Dad had been dead 2 years. Heart attack in the driveway, still clutching the hedge clippers. We'd scattered his ashes in the lake behind their house. Mia had held my hand the whole time. Dad, what? I whispered. She turned away, shoulders curling inward. The silence stretched, thick as the humidity before thunder. Then, so quietly I almost missed it. He knew. Knew what? Her reflection in the dark window looked ghostly. A stranger wearing my wife's face. About me. About before. The room tilted. I gripped the back of the couch to stay upright. Before. Before us. Before the wedding, the vows, the joint bank account. Before the night she curled into me whispering that I was her safe place. Mia. My tongue felt thick. Look at me. She did, finally, and the guilt in her eyes was a living thing, clawing at the air between us. I was going to tell you, she said. I swear I was. But then your mom started planning the baby shower that never happened, and your sister kept sending me fertility tea and her voice broke. I panicked. The pieces clicked together with a sickening lurch. The late nights she blamed on work. The way she'd started locking her phone. The fight we'd had last month when I found a second charger in her purse and she'd cried for an hour without explaining. Who? I asked. The word scraped out like gravel. She shook her head, tears spilling now. It doesn't matter. It matters to me. Another silence. Then, Jake. Jake. My cousin. The one who'd toasted us at the wedding about keeping it in the family. The one who'd crashed on our couch for 3 weeks after his divorce, laughing too loud, drinking my whiskey, hugging me a goodbye like he meant it. I sank onto the couch, the springs groaning under me. The room smelled like the lemon candles we'd bought on our honeymoon, now half-burned nubs in glass jars. Everything felt counterfeit. When? I managed. Last year. After the miscarriage. Her voice was barely audible. I was drowning, Alex. You were grieving too, but you had your mom calling every day, your sister dropping off lasagna like food fixes a dead baby. Jake, he just listened. One night. That's all it was supposed to be. One night. The phrase ricocheted inside my skull. One night while I was at the office until 2 a.m. trying to keep us afloat after medical bills ate our savings. One night while I came home to an empty crib we'd assembled together, its mobile of tiny stars still spinning in the draft. I stared at the coffee table where we'd carved our initials the day we moved in. A+M forever. The gouge looked childish now, a lie etched in oak. Why tell me now? I asked. Why scream it like that? Because your mom found out. Mia's laugh was bitter. She saw texts on Jake's phone when he was helping her set up her new iPad. She didn't say anything to him, just started treating me like I'm contagious. The casserole stopped coming. The baby talk turned into prayers for my confused soul. I couldn't breathe under it anymore. I closed my eyes. Mom's face floated up. Tight smile at Sunday dinner. The way she'd started asking if Mia was feeling okay, in that tone that meant something else entirely. I thought it was grief. I thought we were all healing wrong. The betrayal wasn't just Mia's. It was a web sticky and vast. My family had known. Had judged. had let me live beside the wreckage without a warning. I stood up slowly, legs shaking. I need air. Alex. She reached for me, but I stepped back. Her hand hung in the space between us, trembling. Don't. The word came out sharper than I meant. I grabbed my keys from the bowl by the door. The bowl she painted with tiny blue flowers the first week we dated. Outside, the hallway smelled like our neighbor's curry, and the faint mildew that never quite left the building. I took the stairs because the elevator felt too small. On the street, the city hummed, sirens, laughter, someone's car alarm chirping like a wounded bird. I walked until my lungs burned, until the cold bit through my jacket, until I found myself at the lake. Dad's lake.